Well, today we are excited to celebrate Dr. PJ and his 100th broadcast as he is affecting the world. And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much, Pastor. It's such a blessing as you blessed the 100th episode of Dr. VGP Podcast that reaches 42 million households in the world, including 2 million in North America. You were featured on the 11th podcast, and it's all your blessings that's able to make it the fastest growing podcast today in the country. Thank you so much.
And I want to say to all of you, the best is yet to come. You've seen episodes, you've seen great things, but there is more coming that you are going to experience on this broadcast. And so we bless you that are watching, and get ready. Good things are about to happen.
Thank you so much.
In your life.
Thank you so much, Pastor. To God alone be the glory now and always. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Pastor.
PJ. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to Dr. VGP Talk Show.
evening, everyone. My name is Noah Sharon. I'm a freshman in college.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Nandini Indraganti. I'm a senior at James B. Conant High School.
Sophia Guazareva. I go to Buffalo Grove High School and I'm a senior.
My name is Vasant Ranganathan and I'm a junior at Hinsdale South High School.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Zimen Wu. I'm in Lingama High School. I'm a sophomore.
Hi, everyone. I'm Shyla Hosanam. I'm a junior and I go to Mattia Valley High School.
Hey everyone, my name is Rian Jain. I'm a senior at the Illinois Math and Science Academy, or IMSA.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Mary Lee Ruiz, and I go to Geneva High School, and I'm a sophomore.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Chu Yi Oh, and I'm a sophomore in Jones College Prep.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kai Tambadia. I'm a senior at Flint Ridge Preparatory School.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Galina Vert, and I'm a junior at Marion Central Catholic High School.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Chloe Richards. I'm a sophomore, and I attend Marion Catholic High School.
Hi, my name is Nithya Rajkumar, and I'm a senior at the Illinois Math and Science Academy.
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Christiana Gray, and I go to Marion Catholic High School in Chicago Heights. And I'm a sophomore.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Anirudh Rao, and I'm a sophomore at Neuqua Valley High School.
Hey everyone, my name is Vibhasa Paji and I am a senior at Dublin-Durham High School in Columbus, Ohio.
Great. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause to America's top 18 under 18. And now we'll request Benjamin to introduce the special commemorative awardees who are sitting on the other side of the auditorium. Please take it to them.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Edward Panda, and I'm a junior at Mattia Valley High School.
Hello, everyone. I'm Raghul Suresh Babu. I'm a senior at Mattia Valley High School.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sophia Sejcik, and I'm a sophomore in Grace Lake Central High School.
Hello, everyone. My name is Daksh Vamareddy, and I'm from Whitney M. Young High School.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lucas Dong, and I'm a freshman at Mattia Valley High School.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Niyathi Girish, and I'm a senior at William Fremd High School.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. My name is Kalyan Kotapalli, and I go to Wabansi Valley High School.
Please give our special awardees a great round of applause.
Well, we're getting the podcast ready to start. We have with us Representative Ford is on his way. The traffic is bad, but because of the time, we have Mr. Vincent Gray. Please welcome him from Chicago Public Schools, the Assistant Superintendent from 22nd District. He will sit in on the podcast till Representative Ford arrives. There are two notable absentees at the American top 18 under 18. I think Sita Bala will see when they will join. And for all of you all, we have released a special edition of the Global Eye magazine, which has featured all the 18 honorees and the special commemorative awardees. Please feel free to go and pick it up and take your copies. They are on the cover as well as a little write-up, and the photographs are inside. It's a keepsake. Hello and welcome to Dr. VGP's podcast that reaches 42 million households worldwide, include 2 million across North America. Today at our 100th episode of Dr. VGP podcast, our executive production team was wondering who should they have on the podcast, whether it be Narendra Modi or Donald Trump Jr. or would it be Pam Bondi or even Elon Musk. We had access to all of them. But thinking about what's going on today in America, and instead of celebrating or interviewing the present day leaders who have brought our country into the crossroads, we wanted to celebrate tomorrow's inclusive leaders today. And that's why we are presenting and having you all on our podcast today, America's top 18 under 18. You all are the powerhouse generation. You all are going to not only make a difference tomorrow, but today, in how you think, how you act, and how you lead. We have several of you all have come from out of state. We especially thank you all for coming. We really appreciate that. We have Callan from California. We have a person from Ohio and Who's from Dublin, Ohio?
That's me.
Yeah, right here. Vibhas Apaji is coming from Dublin, Ohio. And we have a person coming in from... And then we have... all of you all are great individuals, what you have done. Now, what we want to hear from you all today in this podcast is what are you going to do for yourself, but above all, for the country, and how you're going to make a difference. And you can sit back 30 years. I hope one of you guys will be in the White House. We don't know which one. Anirudh, will you be the one? Because I was really awestruck when I put you on the spot on the telephonic interview. And I said, if you're the President of the United States, what will be your inaugural address? With a split second, he went, pat. I was really impressed. Give it up for Anirudh Rao. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the table is yours. We're going off to Vibhas Apaji. Let's hear from him.
Hello, everybody. My name is Vibhas Apaji, and I am a senior at Dublin-Durham High School in Columbus, Ohio. And as for my aspirations, currently I am the National Student Youth Director for PURE. PURE stands for People for Urban and Rural Education. It is a nonprofit organization that aims to bridge the gap between children and education in parts all around the world, such as Ethiopia, Uganda, India, and several other countries. We do so in so many different ways by providing sponsorships for schools, helping street children getting to school programs, even providing school supplies and genital supplies for kids. So we do it in many different ways. My impact is I want to grow this as much as possible. I want to help others get involved as soon as possible, because the reality of it is there's so many people around the world that don't really have the privilege that we have. I look at my life every day and I see that I have a roof above me, I have food and water to provide for me, and there are many different people around the world that just don't have that, and I want to make sure that we can get as many people with that type of thing. So that's what PURE tries to do, especially through education. We try to make sure that we can provide underprivileged kids with those resources, and so I want to make sure that we can get those types of things to other kids around the world and help them gain that sort of privilege that I have or we have as a group. So yeah, that's what I would hope for in the future.
Great. Vibhas, give it up for Vibhas. Vibhas, one question to you is, if you're given one wish or one talent which you didn't have, what would that be? Which you didn't possess?
That is a good question. One talent.
Or one skill.
One skill? Oh, okay. Maybe I'd choose public speaking. For me, public speaking took a lot of work for me to get to. In 9th grade, I was the shyest kid you would ever know. I was so nervous to even walk up to a mic. And so now I've definitely developed that. I'm not really talking too nervous right now, but I'd say that public speaking, being able to communicate and network with other people is such a monumental skill that you can have, especially as a high schooler and even going forward. So picking up on that skill early would have been very nice, and I'm so glad that I've been able to develop it. So that would definitely be a skill I wish I had, inherently.
Over to Anirudh.
Hello, I hope everyone's having a great day. My name is Anirudh Rao, and I'm sophomore at Nico Valley High School in Naperville, Illinois. So basically, I have two focuses: volunteering and practicing youth in government. For my volunteering organization, it's called U.S. Kids for Water, where we have over 1,300 volunteers trying to improve in water conservation in India. Now, this started out as water conservation. However, we have improved so much. In fact, we have done rural education in places like Tamil Nadu in India and so many more other states. And the thing I want to address here is about income inequality. Now, obviously, as we all know, the top 1% makes so much more than all of us in the middle class and also the lower class. And I want to change that, because there are many reasons why blue collar workers can't make as much or can't grow as much as people in the top 1% can. It's because of AI, and it's also because of parental wealth income. We've been so deceived that the parental wealth, how much a parent makes, is dependent on how much a child makes, which has been true in former statistics, but we can make a change to that. We can make perceptions show that it's not all just about wealth, but it's all about the passion of that person. And I think income inequality is probably the biggest thing that is restricting people from being able to get opportunities in their life. And as I said before, this can be done through AI or taking jobs in just general. So some things I want to address is how we can make educational programs for people to get more technical skills. Work with all of you fabulous people, fabulous 17 other people, on how we can work together so that income inequality can be improved in our lives, so that the top 1% doesn't stay the top 1%, but rather we stay a united and not divided America.
Great. Anirudh, one question for you. You're from Nika Valley High School in Naperville. What is one thing that high school lacks?
So obviously you guys might think that Nika Valley is a great high school, but the thing is, the one thing it lacks is it has toxicity. Everybody's trying to be better than everybody else. Nobody's trying to work together so that we can make a better America, so that we can make a better future, so that we can make a better generation of the next kids. And the problem is this toxicity maybe leads to the growth of Nika, but also leads to the downfall of Nika, as some people are left behind in the dust, which I think is a big problem with such a competitive and big school.
Thank you so much. Go ahead.
My name is Christiana Gray, and I'm dedicated to serving. One thing that a program was made that I started called Children Who Care Foundation. Children Who Care Foundation is dedicated to serving others. The theme is serving as Jesus served. One thing I learned creating this business was definitely how to create change in a generation. I think that a lot of the places where I came from, I'm from Linwood, but my family is from a lot of poor environments. And I've seen a lot of different things, and I've noticed how I can make a difference. I've noticed how I can serve, and I noticed how I should be a change maker. I should be a peacemaker. One thing I think I learned with my walk in faith with God would definitely be that you have to serve and you have to love to make a difference. I went to a conference and it was about future medical leaders and future physicians. And he talked a lot about medicine and he talked a lot about math and science. And personally, that's not what I like. And it was confusing wanting to be a doctor and wanting to do the math and science, because that's not what I wanted to do. And he said one thing that stayed with me the entire time. And it was, if you want to be a doctor, you have to serve. You have to love. And that stayed with me for the rest of, well, it stayed with me to create Children Who Care Foundation, because Children Who Care Foundation is focused on loving and serving.
Great, thank you. Nitya?
Mm-hmm. Hi, my name is Nitya, and I'm a senior from the Illinois Math and Science Academy. So one thing about me is that I love to learn. I love to read books and seek out opportunities to better myself. And for my aspiration, that's why I want to go into research, because you really do never stop learning there. And my favorite subject is chemistry. So going into medicinal chemistry as research is my aspiration. I did work under my mentors at Northern Illinois University in creating a diagnostic tool that will be cheaper and more accessible to underprivileged patients, which is really exciting. But I feel like the other side of the coin is I like to learn, but I also want other people to be excited about learning. And that's what I did with the same organization as Anirudh, US Kids for Water. I connected a school in rural village in India called the Rural Village, and we connected it with the organization. And there I taught the students English. I designed curriculums for them. And it's so exciting to see them grow and become more confident leaders in their own community. And in the US, I also started a summer camp for chemistry, and it was so exciting talking to people and sharing my love for the subject with everyone. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Nitya. We'll go to Galina.
Hello, everyone. My name is Galina Vert, and I'm a junior at Marion Central. One thing about me is that I'm a very kind and caring person. I really enjoy helping others. I enjoy doing volunteering work and service hours. Every time my school has something for volunteering, I always try my best to help out. I also do a lot of help at my church. I sing in the choir, and I also help out with lunches. I also love animals. And so recently I've been doing a lot of volunteering at a Fox Lake Animal Hospital. I really enjoy just helping animals. Also, now I'm actually a part-time worker there, and I do enjoy the happy smiles and faces right after everything is okay with their animals. Also, I do love to learn. I love school. I've actually recently joined a class called Engineering Coding, and this class really inspired me because it's really cool how one line of coding can create something so interesting and creative, and is just amazing. And now that I'm thinking about it, in my future, I want to continue with this career and inspire others and maybe create a better world for others through technology and AI. Thank you.
Thank you, Galina. Now we have Kaylin Kinbadia. Go ahead, Kaylin. Tell us your story, your journey.
Hi, my name is Kai Timbadia. I'm from Flint Ridge Preparatory School, and I'm a senior. Kind of a little bit about my journey is recently in January, my house burned down from the Eaton fire that went on in the area. And kind of through this, I really found that one of the best ways to heal is through service. And a quote came to me kind of after the fire happened, and it was by Oscar Wilde. And it went like, "To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people just exist." So I think my future aspirations for the future is best summed up in to not merely just exist. I really want to live, and through that, to be of service to the world and people around me.
Great, thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Chu Yi Oh, and I'm a sophomore from Jones College Prep High School from Chicago, Illinois. Two words to describe myself, I would say I'm a very kind-hearted and hard worker. I always try my best at school and every volunteer works that I can go to. And I am also a active community worker too. I do a lot of volunteer work in my community to serve people, such as trash picking and holiday decorations. And I'm thinking to get into the engineering field. So that's why I'm also in Jones College Prep's engineering program. And I really want to be a biochemical engineer. I want to use my knowledge to help more people to save more life. Yeah, and that's about it. Thank you.
These are some wonderful responses. And also, I do want to say, I feel like I'm in a master class. Listen to the young people. So I just have two questions for the young people towards my right. And the first question is, if someone shadowed you for a day, what would surprise them most about you?
Okay. Great question, Mr. Gray. Will you request them to introduce themselves, then we'll open up.
Yes, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Mary Lee. I go to Geneva High School in Geneva, Illinois. I'm a sophomore right now. And a little bit about me first is that I'm a very outgoing person. I love to volunteer. I'm very open to meeting new people. And also some other inspirations are that I love architecture, engineering, and I'm very much into math and science. And in the past, I have helped by creating a science club at my middle school when I was in 7th grade. And I worked with our 8th grade teacher, and we created a certain day, almost every day of the week, to stay after school for at least an hour, maybe work on some new experiments, no homework or anything like that. Obviously, it's a club. And I would just, with this award, I definitely just want to inspire a lot of other people to feel welcome to pursue what they want to do in the future. Right now, we have a very wide variety of age groups here. And I just want to spread the word that you don't have to wait to be at a certain age to make something happen. You can do anything at any age. as long as you just work hard and just all the troubles that follow are just for a certain amount of time. It does not last forever. And that's just what I want to say after getting this award.
Thank you. Thank you.
Riyadh?
Hey, my name is Rian Jain. I'm really excited to be here. I think first I have a question. Like, what is change? Who defines, like, when something changes? Like, winning this award, Top 18 Under 18, would that be considered a change? In my opinion, I think it's less of a change and more of a stepping stone. So, for example, I created a nonprofit organization known as MedEqual, where what we do is we try to improve clinical representation in like medical research for South Asians, because what the problem is that they're not being represented. So when medicines are being created, they're not being created and tested on South Asians. And when they're used on South Asians, there can be unintended side effects and potentially less effective medical outcomes. So is that change? Just creating an organization? In my opinion, also no. You have to create the organization, yes, but you have to actually do things as part of that organization. As part of MedEqual, in our first event, we didn't do a flashy presentation to elites or executives. It was really simple, a small outreach booth at the ISKCON temple that me and my friend Adi set up, where we literally, instead of just talking to people presenting information, we listened. We heard families talking about heart disease, talking about how there were language barriers between them and participation in clinical trials, and how they didn't even know what clinical trials were. And after that, we didn't just get signups on a paper or like entries in a form. We had people who were willing to advocate for clinical trials, not just for themselves, but also for their families and friends. I think that's real change, sparking those conversations and ensuring that people walk away from talks with you with a new perspective, because that's the most important thing. So in my opinion, like how this award would impact me, how it's kind of shapes my aspirations to some extent, I think that the most important thing is recognizing that with an award like this, I get to meet new people like yourselves, who have those motivations, who have different views on life and how they want to approach certain problems in the world, and just work with people like you so that I can kind of build my own knowledge, build my own understanding, and that we can come together to solve actual problems.
Excellent. Very well said, Riya. I think Mr.
Yes,
Vincent, you want to
simple question.
Respond to Riya's statement about change and
yes, that is so.
That's a very good.
Yes,
it's impactful.
Very impactful. Going back to what Gandhi, he said, become the change that you want to see. There's now also Gandhi. There's a gentleman by the name of Jawanza Kunjufu who said that change is the highway that ambition, drives on. And I just wanted to say that's very powerful, and that you're moving in the right direction. And it's wonderful to be in the presence of a change agent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Shaila Hosanam. I'm a junior at Mattia Valley High School. And responding to the question originally asked, I think it was, if somebody shadowed you throughout the day, what would they find surprising? And what I think that somebody would find surprising about me is just how much time I spend on my passions. So currently I'm in 6 choirs in and out of school. And it definitely takes a lot of time out of my day, but I mostly do it just because I love it so much. And within that, I also mentor a choir. So I personally think that volunteering and just creating change around you is very important. So within volunteering, I obviously volunteer at a choir. So I help mentor kids that are like 5, 6 years old and teach them how to sing, teach them just the basic things of music. But I also volunteer at, throughout the summer, I've shadowed 2 doctors. So I shadowed Dr. Jaramillo, and she's a family medicine doctor at a private clinic in Chicago, specifically like the lower income side. And throughout that experience, I've just learned how much volunteering can really impact like people, because looking at all the people that like were going to the family clinic in such like a low income part of Chicago. It was just like so many people are not as privileged as a lot of us like at this table, I'm sure. And I think it's really important for like the change that you provide to be impactful for different communities around you and everything in between.
Thank you. Thank you.
My name is Demon Wu. I'm a sophomore from Lincoln Park High School. One thing about me is like I really like to dance. I do K-pop dance, modern dance, and Chinese dance. I'm from like a China immigrant family, so I think it's really important to make like immigrants to like get into our society in the United States, because immigrants are like a huge part of like United States society. So my family, they don't speak English that well. So I think it's really important thing to like solve the language barriers between like the immigrants and the United States like family citizen. So their ideas really important and influences the society. So I would like to, in the future, I would like to be in a part of them to help them to like speak out for their ideas. And that's it.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, my name is Vasant Ranganathan. I'm a junior at Hinsdale South High School. A big part of me is music. I am a Carnatic musician outside of my academics, which is Indian classical music. So every year I travel to India, I perform concerts with artists both here and there. And over my musical journey, I've learned a lot about the power of music. So I've created a music network. I've met completely new people. I've made connections. And it's just wonderful to see like the power the music can have. And I've also seen how music can sway a person's emotions. For example, I volunteer at a nursing home, and usually we help them with like bingo and things like that. But during Christmas time, we perform carols for them. And it's amazing to see like how happy and how like they just kind of light up when they kind of hear you play music. So I think I want to explore more on how my music can change the world and how mental health continues to become a rising problem in American society. I want to research and learn how my music can transform them. Thank you.
Great. I think Vasant, could you answer Mr. Gray's question? Could you repeat the question?
Yes, the question was, if someone shadowed you for a day, what would they find surprising about you?
So if someone shadowed me for a day, I think what they find pretty surprising is I think I'm actually a pretty lazy person. I can't lie. So like I try to portray myself as motivated and all of that, but at times I do fall lazy. So I think I want to better myself and try to get better, more like passionate, ambitious, because I have motivations, but I don't tend to commit myself to them. So I want to get better at that for sure.
Yours, whatever you want.
So the question is, what role does community play in your aspirations, and how do you ensure your work impacts others and not just yourself?
Hello, my name is Sofia Kozyrova. I go to Buffalo Grove High School and I'm a senior. Some interesting facts is that I'm very athletic. I do swimming, badminton, ballroom dancing, and I do Russian folklore dancing. And something that I want to add in is that everyone could probably agree that engineering is a male-dominated field. So, continuing with that, when I was going to high school, 9th grade, I thought I was going to go into video game designing because I was really obsessed with video games. And I really just wanted to design characters and elemental combats and stuff. But over time, I was introduced to my autos and my CAD teacher, creative, it's construction-aided design. And he inspired me to go into the automotive industry. So when I was applying to a STEM scholarship that he gave me, he told me that I needed to design a career for myself. I put in, not even thinking, motorsport race engineer. And that pretty much grown from there. Junior year, I took an automotive class, and that really inspired me to take an internship at Nelson Automotive and earned 108 hours without getting paid. So that really inspired me to go into the field of automotive and make new innovations there. Something else with the community service, I'm going to transition to Russian folklore dancing. I'm part of the Konimka group, and what we do, we perform every month at a local festival. We perform Russian dances, and we're showing ourselves that Russian culture in our life is very important, and that we present to everyone that, hey, we do this, we know we can do this, and it's part of our life.
Wow, very good. So we have a Formula One racer here. We plan to race too, or just do the engineering part of it?
Probably do the engineering part of it.
Great, great.
One last question, Dr. VGP, for the last two candidates.
Yeah.
You wake up tomorrow morning, Sunday. You're the president of the United States.
Good one for Nandini.
What are you changing?
Yeah.
Introduce yourself first.
Yeah, so before I answer the question, I'd like to introduce myself a little bit. My name is Nandini Indraganti. I'm a senior at James B. Conant High School. And I think I love that question because my first love has always been, public speaking, which I'm so grateful has led me to congressional debate. And that really inspired everything that I love to do today. Because through congressional debate, not only have I become like a state level high school policy writer, I've also been introduced to so many of the global current affairs going on right now, and being in that community and being in that team has really introduced me to these topics and inspired me to do more research about the world around me and how I can change it. So it's inspired me to, intern with my local mayor's office and become the volunteer director of the Self-Help Fund fundraiser, which provides funds for people in my community that have been displaced from their homes or who have had various hardships that cause them to need a little bit more assistance from their community director. And I think if I became the president of the United States tomorrow, I would definitely put more emphasis on bettering the lives of low-income constituents, because like has already been stated at this table before, most of us are very privileged in that, we have a roof over our heads and we have access to food and clean water. And I think it's not a commonly known fact that there are places even within the US that don't have those amenities that we just disregard as, oh, this will come tomorrow, the water will always be there will always be food on the table. So I think through my work with the Hoffman Estates Self-Help Fund, it's really helped me realize that there is so much more that we can do, not only as a community, but as a nation, to improve the lives of those that are underprivileged in our communities. So definitely directing more funds there and increasing the public's knowledge regarding these issues to inspire people to create that change as well.
Great. Thank you, Nandini. You were very articulate as a congressional debater, and proud to be America's top 18 under 18 with all the rest of this wonderful powerhouse of talent and leadership. Now up to Noah Shiret, who's the Mali American. Mali is a country in West Africa, and Noah was born here, and he's going to talk about his aspirational.
My name is Noah Shiret. I'm from Intrinsic Downtown Campus, which is in Chicago. It's a small school. I'm a freshman in college at NIU, in school for electrical engineering and computer science. If I was to wake up as the president, I think one thing I'd change would be the healthcare. If we are to compare the United States healthcare worldwide, I think it is the poorest. One of my aspirations is to tap into my leadership skills. I do know that my leadership skills have been put to the test as a team captain for the wrestling team at school the past 3 years, and my last year when we had issues with our coach, and we had fellow wrestlers trying to leave the team, and I had to step forward and give them a reason why they should stay and not leave because of him. And also, I think that leadership is good for certain individuals. Individuals have untapped leadership skills that are waiting to come out or whatnot.
And we have with us Prisha Mantha, who's joined us all the way from Iowa City, Iowa. Thank you for coming, Prisha. I know you're a little late. The drive must have been long. So we'll pass the mics to her. Iowa.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Prisha Mantha, and I did go to high school here. I went to Neuqua Valley High School, but as of right now, I'm a freshman at University of Iowa, majoring in environmental engineering. When people hear that I'm doing engineering, they always congratulate me and they say that this is such a difficult field. Like she had mentioned earlier, definitely a male-dominated field. However, I've always had a passion when it came to the art of STEM, and especially for building things for a community. Something about me that everyone knows is that I really value community service and putting forward positive impacts on other people. So why did I pick environmental engineering? It's a very niche subject and that I feel I always have to explain myself as to why I picked it. It's because I think that sustainability for our future and our environment are one of the biggest topics in the world right now that some people, a lot of people, in my opinion, are struggling to see, which is also why there's so many people who question my major. But I think sustainability and energy resources are so incredibly important, which is why I'm choosing this major. So what question would you like me to answer?
Same question.
Same question?
You wake up tomorrow morning, you're the executive leader.
All right. So I wake up tomorrow morning and I'm the President of America, which is, wow. I would have never thought I'd be in that place, but congratulations to me. I'm the President of America, and I feel like already Noah and Nandini have answered a lot of the same answers that I would have given when it comes to prioritizing low-income families and improving healthcare. So that's why I'd like to kind of expand on more the environmental factors. We as a world sometimes struggle to see the laws that we have in place and how they're impacting our country and our community. There's some people out there who don't even believe in climate change. It's kind of silly, but I had to point it out. So if I was president, I would put focus on these. I would say that we need more laws in place. We need more sustainability measures. We need to tap into our energy resources instead of just thinking that, no, it's too much effort. Because impact and change is only made with effort. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Shawn. Well, all of you all heard America's Top 18 Under 18. And this year, this is the fourth year we're doing it. We received over 350 applications. Wow. And it was a great, tough job for the awards jury to go through them. And of course, it was weighed on not only the academic GPA was one, of course, one pillar, but we also had diversity. That's why you see around us today, we have Filipino Americans, Russian Americans, Chinese Americans, Indian Americans, Japanese American, and and African Americans too. That's what America is all about. And so this is what this forum was made to. And we also had not only the other weightage was on resilience. Some of you all have faced challenges and overcome that. That was equally weighed and pointed. It was a tough job, and thank you all and congratulations for each of you all for joining us today. And this was an initiative which Congressman Danny K Davis asked us to initiate because we wanted to celebrate tomorrow's inclusive leaders like you all today. Having said that, we'd like have one of you all to ask each other, talk about anything you want to know now. That was your time. Open floor for the honorees, for America's Top 18. Floor is right open. I think, yes, go ahead.
What's your guys' opinion on power? So, like, you know how he talked about, That's great, how he talked about the President of the United States, correct? And people were like, wow, I'm the President of the United States. But the thing is that the President of the United States was chosen because it's for the people, by the people.
Come on now.
But however, some people don't treat it like that. Some people treat it as power and corruption. And the human ego gets in their mind saying that I have power, I can do whatever I want, I can control the country however I want. But the thing was that people trust in those people. People trust in the people in the executive branch, in the legislative branch, in the Supreme Court about how they should run the country. And if people are screwing that up, then what is the point of democracy even? I just want some input on that maybe.
Yeah, I think he's ready to answer. Rian, go ahead. Pass the mics to him, sir. They'll be recorded, please. Thank you.
No, that's a really interesting question. I think if we're talking about like who decides what power is and like who has power, power is really like, it's not like something that's decided by a position or like something you hold. It's decided by who you are, because power is not what you've done. It's what people think about you and what like people think you believe. Because let me give an example. So let's say there's three people in a room, right? There's one person who's like a man of God, one person who's like the leader of a country, like the president, and one person who's like a really popular like figure, like a celebrity or something. And there's one other person in the room, he has to choose like who he wants to follow. Who do you think he's going to choose? Well, that none of the three people can do anything really to influence that. It's all up to that fourth person who has to choose what he believes and what messages he subscribes to. That's what he's going to choose. So in my opinion, if you are in a position of power, you have to be like cognizant of what impact your decisions have on people and just always be understanding of the other side. Like if I make a decision as somebody in power and somebody disagrees with me, just have a conversation with them. Talk about why. Like why do they disagree? And hopefully you can come to some form of common ground. That's the way I think people in power should be kind of positioning themselves and handling their power so that they don't get, as you mentioned, like corrupted by it.
Very well said. Any other? Yeah, go ahead, Nandini. Pass the mic, please.
I think I definitely agree with Rian when he says that like power is decided by the people who follow it. But I think it's also important to acknowledge that there are some powers that can be inherited, like especially in the modern day, especially in America, which is like a capitalist, nation. It's also important to acknowledge that, money has power, and power is really at its center, like how much change you can create and what impact your actions have, not just on you, but on the people around you. So I think definitely right now, you mentioned politics. There you have with like the various political parties, people who desire power, people who have the money to create change, and those are the people who, aren't doing their best to create change and to better the lives of their, constituents, and are using that power to, push their own agendas. And it's really important to acknowledge that, as, we've been selected as like the future leaders of America, it's really important to, while acknowledging that there are like various, monetary things and, inherit like things that we can inherit that give us power. It's important to acknowledge like how we use that power, and that, at its core, we need to do everything we can to better the world around us.
Great, very well said. Anybody else would like? As this time we are opening up, any of you all would like to have a comment or a question to America's Top 18 Under 18, Benjamin will take both the microphones to you all, and since it's videotape, we'll bring it back and one of them will choose to answer. I think I saw Hemant G's hand up. Hemant G, please go ahead. Put your hand up so he'll come at the mic.
My name is Hemant Patel. My question to all of you, in your view, what is the biggest threat to humanity and this world as of now? And if you become the president of USA, what would you do about that? It can be your personal view. Thank you.
Nitya, okay, you're going. Benjamin will help. Benjamin, you have to take the next one. And the audience can get ready for the next question.
Personally, I would like to start out by saying that I do believe that humanity is flawed. I don't think that there's just one single threat that humanity has to face, but I do think that if there was one, it would be greed. And it's the fact that certain countries have the power to help other countries, but to whatever reason, they still refuse, either due to a difference in beliefs, difference in religion, political matters. But at the end of the day, we're all human and we all bleed the same color, which is why we need to promote the agenda that humans should support humans more openly. We need to stop thinking that I want everything for myself, for my country. We need to promote the ideology that it's okay to help people and it's okay to be there for other people. And that's why I think we need to lead with more empathy. We need to elect leaders who have the capability of emotional intelligence and the capability of just simply empathy.
Great, very well. Anybody else? Christina would like to answer that too.
Thank you. I definitely agree with what she said. I think one of the threats would definitely be egos. Definitely greed and definitely egos. Like when you have power, you automatically think that you have authority over everything. And I mean, that is not necessarily true, but you do have power. And I think that's what separates a lot of leaders now. Like, we do have to learn to lead with empathy. We do have to learn to lead with sympathy. We do have to learn to lead with love. Like, if you think of a doctor, a lot of times a discrepancy that I thought was a doctor was just someone focused on medicine and science. But going to a conference, I learned that doctors have to learn to do medicine and do science with love. They have to do medicine and do science with I think doctors have to realize, like, you're dealing with someone's life. Like, someone's life is on the line. And I think when we come into a lot of areas that are powerful and authoritative, we have to learn to put our egos down. We have to remember that this is for the people. That's what separates a lot of people in leadership, because they think it's all about them and not about the people. If you choose to come into government, you're choosing to serve a nation. You're choosing to serve a country. So that's what I think.
Well, anybody else? Yeah, Vasant, go ahead.
So I think the biggest flaw with humanity is constant power struggle. For example, like every individual wants their own thing. It's always a competition within everyone. And I feel like, as he said, if I was a president of the United States, I think I want to promote overall unity. For example, rather than like, you're from there, I'm from there, we should look at like us as a whole, like the people of America or like the people of the world. We're all facing like the same issues, just like different situations. So yeah.
Anybody else? Yeah. Vibhas would like to. Vibhas is from Dublin, Ohio. Give it up. You'd like to answer too, to him and G's question.
Thank you. I love the answers that you all gave. I think that they all tie under one thing, and that's a lack of emphasis on mental health. Whether it's lack of confidence or overconfidence, we see so many people around the world with a lack that don't have the proper necessities to deal with mental health and deal with stress or anxiety, or, as we said before, egos and greed. And so I think that making sure that we prioritize mental health and making sure that people get the right necessities and equipment and supplies to deal with those struggles is really important, so that we can have better thinkers, more skilled people in powerful positions, and more equipped people to, make decisions for not just our country, but for our whole world. Again, mental health is probably one of the biggest parts of, decision making in our world. And I think that making sure that we help people understand mental health and work on it is crucial to success.
Great. Very well said, Vibhas. Right now, we have the Honorable Congressman Danny K. Davis in the house, the living legend. Please welcome him. And Congressman, we are right now recording the 100th episode of Dr. VGP's podcast with tomorrow's inclusive leaders today. And we have 18 bright young people, and they'll quickly go around and say their names one more time for Congressman. Then we'd like you to address them. And then we'll go on to the special commemorative awardees. And I would like any two of you all, guy and girl volunteer, you can ask them the same aspirations of the special awardees who are seated on the other side, and that'll be part of the segment too. Yeah, you wanted to speak? Yeah, Noah wanted to speak before that. I think we'll go straight to the Congressman. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Noah Sherrod.
Hi, my name is Nandini Indraganti.
Hello, my name is Sofia Kozareva.
Hi, my name is Vasant Raghunathan, and I'm from Hinsdale South High School.
Hi, my name is Zimen Wu.
Hi, my name is Shaila Hosanam.
Hi, my name is Rion Jane. I'm a senior at the Illinois Math and Science Academy.
My name is Mary Lee Ruiz, and I'm a sophomore at Geneva High School.
Hi, my name is Chuyi Oh. I'm from Jones College Prep, Chicago.
It's very nice to meet you. My name is Prisha Mantha, and I'm a freshman at the University of Iowa.
Hi, I'm Kai Timbadia. I'm from Flint Ridge Preparatory School.
California.
Oh, California.
Your program has reached across the country, Congressman.
Yeah. Hello, my name's Galina, and I'm a junior at Marion Central.
Hi, my name is Nithya, and I'm a senior at the Illinois Math and Science Academy.
Hi, I'm Christiana Gray, and I'm a sophomore at Marion Catholic.
Hi, my name is Anirudh Rao, and I go to Neuqua Valley.
Hi, my name is Vibhasa Paji. I am a senior at Dublin-Durham High School in Columbus, Ohio.
So now, America's Top 18 under 18. You can ask any question you want to America's living legend, Congressman Danny K. Davis, who served the U.S. Congress for the last 30 years. He's the Dean of the Illinois Congressional Delegation, the longest-serving congressman from the state of Illinois. He's on the powerful member of the House Ways and Means Committee. So the floor is, now is your face-to-face chance. I think Vibhas from Dublin, Ohio has hands up. Go ahead, Vibhas.
I want to start with a relatively simple question, but I just wonder, what is your biggest takeaway from being a congressman? You served for so long, so I just want to hear what's your biggest insight for us here today to learn from that.
You can sit down
so that everybody can hear. But before I answer, let me first of all simply say to Dr. VJ, all of the distinguished guests who have come to be a part of this celebration and to be a part of this great honor. I am pleased to be here and to share the moment with all of you. The real essence of my involvement in public office, and I will have been a member of Congress for 30 years at the end of next year when my term ends. But I've also been an elected person for the last 46 years at the end of that. Because before going to Congress, I served on the Chicago City Council for 11 years, and I served for 6 years as a member of the Cook County Board. Of course, Chicago is the third largest city in the United States of America, and Cook County is the second largest county in the United States of America, only passed by Los Angeles County in California. So it has been a great honor, but the people that I've been privileged to represent, the people who put their faith and trust in me when they have voted for me to represent them, I consider it a sacred honor, an honor that I can't give up, an honor that I can't deny. I think there is a song that says what it means to me, and it says, a charge to keep I have, a God to glorify, and never dying soul to save, and fitted for the sky. To serve this present age, my calling to fulfill, as I in my power engage to do the Master's will. So serving humanity is not only a great honor, but it is also a great responsibility and a great challenge. So I just simply would say the answer to that is serving the people have been the highlight of my life.
Hello, Congressman. I just want to congratulate you on 30 years in Congress. That's truly outstanding, and I commend you for that. I have a question I've mentioned a phrase before you arrived here, for the people, by the people. Could you, in your own experience, what does this phrase really mean to you specifically?
Although I have been an elected official, I think that in a democracy, in a country like ours, where the idea is that the people will rule and not be ruled, and the way the people rule is being involved, being engaged, scrutinizing very carefully those individuals that they elect to office. I always say that electing somebody is like getting married. You kind of check them out before you decide that you're going to put the ring on, that you don't just put a ring on anybody's finger, and that you scrutinize them very carefully so that you can make a projection about how they will behave, how they will act. So citizen responsibility is to be as wise as you can possibly be. One of the reasons that I managed to make it to Congress is I grew up in rural America, went to a one-room school where one teacher taught 8 grades, plus what we call the little primer and the big primer by herself. We only went to school where I lived 5.5 months during the year. We went January, February, March, April. School would end for us the first week of May. Then we would go again from the middle of July until the middle of August. My parents were sharecroppers. I walked to school 5 to 6 miles when I was 6 years old. There was no other way to get there. So things have changed, and they continue to change, but the sky's the limit. You can do anything in this country that you decide to do. I'll bet you there's a president sitting at this table. There's a bank president. There are some governors. And of course, we also have a mayor, Mayor Nathaniel Booker, who just came in. But the real idea is to be as positive about life as you can be. I like to say, I bargained with life for a penny, and life would pay no more. However, I begged at evening time when I counted my scanty store. But I found that life is a just employer. He gives you what you ask. But once you have set the wages, then you must bear the task. I worked for a menial's hire, only to learn dismayed. Whatever price I had asked of life, life would have willingly paid. Whatever you put into it.
Okay. Any more people want to have questions? Raise your hand. So go ahead.
Hello, Danny K. Davis. Today with what's happening in America, how do you think my future will look 10 years from now?
Oh, very good question. As a minority youth?
As a minority youth in America.
My thoughts are better when I stand up, but
okay, go ahead.
But I'll tell you, there are many people in this country who came here who were not necessarily welcome. One of the things that you learn about America, and even though my ancestors were brought here against their will, they were slaves. They got here in 1619. They weren't treated good. They weren't treated fair. But then there were other groups who came also. The Irish came, and the Irish were not treated fair. The Irish invented, I always say, something called block voting. And the Irish population that was here, there were bunches of Irish who came after the big famine in Ireland, where the potatoes wouldn't grow. And they flocked to the United States. They were treated badly, but they learned to vote and decided that voting could change their plight. And guess what? Small groups of Irish people would elect whoever got elected, because they would all vote virtually, and they would vote as a group. And they understood that block voting created power, and they became powerful as politicians. Take a city like Chicago. There are more people of Irish heritage who are policemen than any other population group. There are more people of Irish heritage who are judges than any other population group. And it's not by happenstance. It's because they decided that if we vote as a block, we can have power, we can have influence, and people won't treat us like second-class people. African Americans have, to some degree, started, and in some instances, that trend is great. Guess what about Illinois? It's one of the best states in the nation for African Americans. The lieutenant governor of the state of Illinois is an African American woman. The head of the government for Cook County is an African American woman. The head of the government, the mayor of the city of Chicago, is a black man. The Speaker of the Illinois General Assembly is an African American man who lives in this community, lives in this town. Speaker Chris Welch, who lives in Hillside. Then the Democratic leader is an African American woman in the Senate. So African Americans have done quite well in electoral politics in this town. A big challenge for African Americans is that we have not done as well economically. We don't own as much. We have the lowest home ownership of any population group, but not because of, in terms of your being an African American male, the sky is still the limit, and you can fly as high as your wings will take you. And all you got to do is keep moving, keep growing, keep developing, and continue to try and change those things that you disagree with.
Welcome the Mayor, Honorable Mayor of Maywood, Mr. Nathaniel Booker. Please give a round of applause. Mayor, give the mic. Mayor Nathaniel Booker is in the midst of the Maywood Fest, which is the biggest fest in his city, but he took time to come and honor the 18 under 18 years with a special proclamation for each one of you from the city of Maywood, and also a special proclamation for the special commemorative awardees. You're coming up right now. Our camera crew will be there, and Benjamin, you all will get your 1 minute chance to get on the podcast and talk about your aspirational interests too. So get ready. Give it up for the commemorative special awardees on the other side, and keep continuing to apply. You know, we have some of the awardees this year applied twice before to get into the top 18. So your chance is coming next. So now I'll give it to Nandini for a quick question to Congressman Danny K. Davis.
Thank you, Congressman, for being here and for, giving us your time, which is very valuable. My question is, throughout your almost approaching 30 years of of being in the U.S. Congress and 46 years of, public service, what would you feel is both your biggest achievement related to public service and your biggest personal achievement?
Unfortunately, there are many people in our country who do not participate in electoral politics. As a matter of fact, 90 million people did not vote in the last presidential election. 90 million. It's hard to believe in a community or country that espouses democratic principles that such a large number of people did not vote. They did not vote. They did not vote. Helping to educate the communities that I represent to become more actively engaged and have a better understanding of how the processes work for public decision-making, I would say have been my greatest achievement or accomplishment. Yes, I have passed bills that I would say were great bills. One that many people know about is the Second Chance Act. What it does is provide help for those individuals who have been incarcerated. We are the most incarcerated nation in the world. There's no nation in the world that incarcerates as many of its people as we do. Not India, not China, not countries that have far more people than we have. So I stand on that as a wonderful accomplishment. But I've also been influential in healthcare. When I started working in healthcare, there were 10 of what we call federally qualified health centers. Now there are 1,400 of them. 1,400. And at one point in my career, I served as president of their trade association, the National Association of Community Health Centers. And I am very proud of the work that we have done in healthcare, and proud that Mayor Booker is in the process of establishing one of those in his town of Maywood, Illinois. So I'll just leave it at those two things, and there are others, fortunately, that I could continue to name for a long time. We have in our congressional district more hospitals than any other congressional district in the United States of America. We have 23 functioning hospitals, 4 medical schools, as well as a number of research institutes, training programs, some of the very best in the world. Illinois, Chicago. As a matter of fact, Shirley Ryan was voted 3 weeks ago as being the top rehabilitation hospital in the United States of America. Number 1. And so Loyola is not from here. So you've got Loyola, you've got Northwestern, you've got the University of Illinois, all of these great institutions just waiting for those of you who are going to become physicians to come there and advance the research find a cure for cancer, find a cure for sickle cell anemia, find a cure for Parkinson's disease. They just waiting on you. They are waiting, saying, come on and bring your skill and talent, and let's make America and the world a better place in which to live.
I'm Christiana. I just wanted to thank you for all your time and work. My question is, what's one inspirational statement that you would tell us to continue to reassure, what's one inspirational statement that you would tell us to reassure our want to work and save?
Be as optimistic as you can possibly be, and always know that the challenges are made to be met, and things happen. I had a great experience yesterday. The former president of the United States called me yesterday, a guy named Bill Clinton. And I was shocked when I got the call. Fella was on my phone, I answered, and he says, I'm so-and-so, would you be available sometimes today to talk to President Clinton? I said, I'll be available to talk to President Clinton any day and any time. And he says, well, I think he's at home, and let me make sure. And the next voice I heard was, hi, Danny, how you doing? I said, Mr. President, you got to be kidding. I said, what do I owe the pleasure of this call? And he was just simply calling to congratulate me on retiring or not running for re-election, and we chatted for about 15 minutes. Well, you know, to some people that may not mean much, but I'm a guy who feel a sense of pride and accomplishment for the things that have happened and the differences that exist. And I know that change is always on the way. It's just a matter of when it gets here. So we have to keep working and functioning to make it happen. And I've had such a delightful time being a public official until I wouldn't want to be anything else. I'd pay to be a public official if I had the money to do so. But, you know, we got other young people like those two guys sitting at the end of the table who got all the energy that one needs, and they're going to take the country further and advance it far beyond where we are. If I was at church, I would be reminded of a guy named Moses and how people were a little, you know, when Moses was leaving, and they was sad about it and all, but the good Lord spoke to a fellow named Joshua, and he said, Joshua, my servant Moses is dead. And you really shouldn't expect anybody to be with you all the time. But I tell you what, I was with my servant Moses and led him through all of these challenges. But just as I was with Moses, so will I be with you. So just pick up the stuff and go ahead and take the children to the promised land. And of course, that's what's happening with us all the time. Give up the time, pass the stuff on over to Nathaniel and to LaShawn, and let them get us to the promised land.
Thank you, Congressman. We're going to do just that right at the winding up the broadcast. We have with us Representative LaShawn K. Ford from the 8th District, and he's the anointed head to take over of Congressman Danny K. And the next congressman from the 7th District. So please welcome him. He's going to give a few remarks, and he's being led by a wonderful mayor of Braywood.
Thank you, VJ. And congratulations to all the honorees. I'm looking here and seeing a inclusive leadership. And this is much greater than I could ever imagine when I was 18 years old. I see some people here have a 5.0 GPA. That's amazing. Who is that person with a 5.0 GPA? That's amazing. I know you had that type of GPA. I sure didn't have it. And then I also see people on this report that have like 150 hours of community service. That's amazing. GPA, community service, doing things with global paper with Dr. VJ is what you need, because you're going to need it when you get ready and apply to colleges and universities. You could say, I have community hours, I am a community leader, and I have proof right here. And you're going to be able to get letters from the mayor, from the congressman, from the state rep to show that you are a leader. So it's not just about going to school and getting the good grades. That's important. But I also know that it's important to be an inclusive person, to be a leader in today's world. And you're doing that right here at this table, and I congratulate you for that, and good luck.
Thank you so much, Representative Shanford. A word from the mayor. This is for the podcast, sir.
Okay. Really just saying congratulations to you all. Just like Rep. Ford said, when I was younger, it's like 20 years ago, I was around your age. And we had these different things that were like Youth Leadership Council, but it was really never an opportunity that brought all the diversity that's at this table, right? So it would be maybe the Hispanic population, Black population, couple of Caucasian, but like you guys represent a very diverse group of leadership that I've never even seen at age 18. So give you guys yourselves a round of applause. And listening to the questions that you guys were having for Congressman Davis, it really just showcases where your brains are of like, what does the future hold for us? And really all I was thinking while you all were talking and asking your questions is you have to ask that question for yourself. I know one of the biggest things that we do as elected officials is we try to walk in our purpose, and our purpose is to make the world a better place. So for you all, you have to ask yourselves, what is you walking in your purpose equal, and what does that look like? And how are you going to make the world a better place? So when you think what the world's going to look like 10 years from now, what are you doing to shape the world 10 years from now? When you're thinking of the conversation of what are the things that Congressman Davis of over 40 years of service is most proud of, when you're 40 years later, what do you want to be most proud of? And are you walking in that purpose and in that guidance to make sure that those things are accomplished? So I say congratulations to you all. And again, be the change you wish to see in the world.
Right. Thank you so much, Mayor. We have two of the last honorees have joined us. Please welcome Syed Mohammed Musammal. He's going to give his brief introduction, and then we'll go to Ms. Fatai also and join the group. Go ahead.
Thank you, Doctor. Good evening. My name is Syed Mohammed Musammal, and I'm very honored and humbled to receive this award. I aspire to be a civil engineer and in the STEM field, and my aspirations are to spread empathy and unity in humanity. I think we need that, and my goal is to use this award as a means to spread that. And I wish to help and to change the world using this. Thank you very much.
Thank you for giving me this award. My name is Ramatullah Fatai, but you can call me Ramat since it's easier to say. My goal is to just make the world a better place and just be more involved and just outside in the community. I'm not really sure what I want to do in the future yet, but I hope it's something that will like help the world out. That's all.
Thank you all. Please give a big round of applause for America's Top 18 Under 18. And all of you all are being featured in Dr. VGP's 100th episode of our podcast. Please circulate it and hope it reaches 1 million views. And I would like to have a big round of applause from the audience for the elected officials and our leaders of today, the 18 topic. Could you all please stand up, all of you all? This group, could you turn around? You all turn around, please, the audience. And while you're giving them a big round of applause, we'll have Benjamin Leong, the American Multi-Ethnic Commission's Youth Chair, to introduce you all to the special commemorative awardees. And all you commemorative awardees, one piece of advice from our awards jury chair, AMEC Secretary General, keep applying. Next year's may be your turn. And over to you, Benjamin, and the camera crew will go there right now.
Our first special awardee is going to be receiving the Reverend Jesse Jackson Senior Award of Excellence. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Adwick Panda. I'm a junior at Matia Valley High School.
Any aspirations?
Oh, yeah. So as for my aspirations, I aspire to help improve day-to-day life, whether it be small impacts or big positive impacts. Currently, I'm interning at UIC, working with Illinois Department of Transportation to help redevelop their COSM software, which is a software that essentially calculates the emission factors, so pollution of construction, of like intersections and all that. So basically what we're working on is redeveloping it so that it accurately calculates it and includes more emission factors so that we can improve our air and reduce pollutants coming in. And then I'm also all about helping the youth out and making sure everybody has an equal chance. So I have started an initiative through the Aurora City. Working closely with the mayor, I've started an initiative called the Better Employment Outcomes, where the youth will come to me looking for internships, and I help them build their resume and give them advice on how to present themselves, helping them gain access to internships that they might not usually have.
Thank you. Next up, we have receiving the Congressman Danny K. Davis Award of Excellence. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Ruby Retana Navarro. I'm from East Aurora High School, and I'm a junior. And something that I'm inspired to do is to be a psychologist and learn about psychology, because ever since I was little, I've always known, helped people with their mental health, and I've always thought that was a important thing to do. And definitely, my family is my inspire, who I see the inspiration from. My mom and my dad are very hard workers, and that's what keeps me from keep moving forward. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Next up, receiving the Pinto Nama Keita Memorial Prize. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Ragul Suresh Babu. I'm super honored to be receiving this award. I'm a senior at Matia Valley High School, and I'd say I'm really passionate about finance because a lot of people, I feel like, that are my age grow up without understanding the value and importance of money. And I think good financial habits and financial education and literacy it's the number one factor that determines if the income gap between the wealthy and the poor keeps growing or not. So I kind of made it my mission in Finance Club to help educate people about finance without them falling asleep in the first 10 minutes so people can build good financial habits and maybe we can lower the gap between the wealthy and the poor. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, receiving the Edward and Lily Prabhakar Award. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Sophia Seichuk, and I am a sophomore at Grace Lake Central High School. Something I want to do in life is help the community and people around me in any way possible. I am looking to find what God has prepared for me in life and how I can fulfill His will. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, receiving the Briggs C.S. Sukumar Prize. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. Hello, everyone. My name is Dak Shivareddy. I'm a senior at Whitney M. Young High School in Chicago, Illinois. Before I get into my aspirations, I would just like to wish Congressman Danny Davis an early happy birthday. I've lived in this district my whole life, and I greatly admire the work that he's done for my community. So When it comes to my aspirations, I'm deeply interested in four things. First is service, finance, the preservation of culture, and education. When I first fell in love with service when I received the Presidential Service Award for completing over 100 hours teaching kids at my local martial arts school. I then wanted to stretch this out into cultural communities, which is why I founded Aksharawali, which is a nonprofit organization that aims to bridge the gap between those that want to study their mother language and receiving high school credits. The second thing I'm really interested in is financial education. So oftentimes people don't invest their money and people don't make wise financial decisions simply because they're scared of the loss. Which is why I'm currently working on creating not only a financial education app for young adults, but also a algorithm that helps people invest their money where it should be invested to socially equitable causes. Thank you.
Thank you. And now, receiving the C.S. Rao Memorial Prize, would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Lucas Dong. I'm a freshman at Mateo Valley High School. Some aspirations would be I love wushu, I love kung fu, and I love helping people. Lots of people around the world have mental health issues, or they're unhealthy, or sometimes they don't have enough muscle to move and they need like wheelchairs, and that's very expensive. So I want to use my skills such as wushu and tai chi to help my mom expand tai chi so everybody could learn to improve, to help each other in every way possible. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, receiving the S. Krishna Iyer Award. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Niyathi Girish. I'm a senior at William Fremd High School. And as for my aspirations, I aspire to pursue a career in medicine, particularly neuroscience. I'm fascinated by the human brain and all of its inner workings, and I've seen firsthand how diseases like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's can completely transform the course of someone's life. And I want to be on the front line to expand the knowledge and innovation in that field. And beyond just the science of it, I also want to be able to increase the accessibility of medicine and healthcare worldwide. Right now, I think too many people don't have access to basic healthcare rights, and right now it's just a privilege, and I foresee a future where healthcare becomes more of a right than a privilege. So by combining my passion for medicine and my commitment to service, I want to bring compassion and care to the communities that need it the most.
Thank you. Now, next, receiving the U.S. Congressman Danny K. Davis Award of Excellence. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Jalen Hooks. I go to Bogan. I aspire to be a boxer one day. That's all I got. I ain't gonna lie.
Thank you. Next up, receiving the Newton and Lita Devasahayam Centenary Award. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Chloe Richards. I attend Marian Catholic High School. I am a sophomore. And my vision is to show people and keep on showing people to Christ, to know that God is their Father and He wants people to come to them with all of their needs, not just the good things, but the bad things also. He wants a relationship. So that's all I have.
Thank you. Next up, receiving the Edward and Lily Prabhakar Award. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kalyan Kotapalli. I am a sophomore in Wabanzi Valley High School. I am a three-time championship winning district award. I'm a Carnatic singer and a junior. Also a junior varsity player for Wabanzi Valley, and I also play for various clubs. I believe Carnatic singing is a very emotional thing. it boosts your mental self and changes your emotions in ways you might not even think you had before. Before, I used to study a lot, but once I started singing Carnatic, which means Indian music, I've learned it improves your concentration and even lightens your mood a lot. I have a interest in biology, and I've been trying to understand pre-med. So I've been researching a lot day by day, and Carnatic singing has been helping me a lot. And this helped me, my motivation, and yep, that's it.
Thank you. And last but not least, receiving the Newton and Lita Devasahayam Centenary Award. Can I get one last introduction here?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Crystal Liu. I'm 13 years old and I'm a freshman at Naperville Central High School. I do varsity cross country, basketball, and track. And as for my aspirations, I want to connect communities and get closer to the goal of equality, because in our world there are a lot of inequalities happening in like rationalized and marginalized groups, and there are also problems bringing our progress down towards equality, such as poverty, hunger, and the inequality of healthcare. And as for my career, I want to go into economics, which is really important for your personal choices, government politics, and businesses. And I also want to become a lawyer. And one thing that I've been doing is I've been researching into gender inequality, and I did a project about it. And as a lawyer, I could represent vulnerable women and support them. Thank you.
Thank you. And can I get one last round of applause for our amazing special awardees? Yeah.
Dear viewers, elevate your business to new heights and reach 35 million potential customers with Global Eye Digital. Contact us today at globaleyedigital@gmail.com or info@globaleyedigital.com. Let's take your business global.